In 2009, people listening to the student radio station at Middlesex University bore witness to the birth of Teatime with Matt. Both of them switched off the radio. In 2011, Teatime with Matt was reborn as an independent livestream show, broadcast on a Wednesday, sometimes if the wind was blowing in the right direction. Now, Teatime with Matt is back, and we join Tea Time, an anthropomorphic personification of the show, as he speeds through the time vortex in a stolen time machine towards the year 2015 and his biggest adventure yet.
Hello, Tea Time. Which one of my rooms have you destroyed this time? The porch, I think. I see. But never mind all that. I've had a brilliant idea. Is it as brilliant as the idea you had last series about kidnapping a new co-host? Even better than that. And this time, I can almost guarantee that we won't get arrested. Okay. Colour me intrigued. We get you to do a 24-hour live broadcast to raise money for charity. That's your idea. Yep. It's brilliant, with only one minor drawback. What's that? You came up with it. Oh. Look, Tea Time. I don't have time to be messing around doing charity fundraising events. I'm not a student anymore. I have a job, responsibilities. What were you doing when I came in? Reading a book. And what were you planning on doing after that? I don't know. Have a nap, maybe eat a bag of crisps. What's your point? That you're lethargic and comfortable nowadays. Come on! When was the last time you did something spontaneous and exciting? I think I agreed to go for a drink after work at some point last autumn. Come on, Matt! I know what you're like. You're a creative. You need a project to channel your energy into, otherwise you get bored. And when you get bored, you lapse into a deep depression and start thinking about the nature of your place in the universe and wondering if anything you ever do will truly matter. Alright, fine. I'll do a 24-hour broadcast. That's the spirit. But I can't do it alone. I'm going to need some help.
What?
Hello, Sarah-Jayne.
What do you want?
I'm doing a 24-hour broadcast for charity. I need a producer. You up for it?
What's in it for me?
I have biscuits.
Okay, I'm in.
"24 hours. What could possibly go wrong?"
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tea Time with Matt's 24-hour tea break. Now, here is your host for the next 24 hours. The brilliant, the hilarious, the man who's doing his own introduction. It's Matthew Alden-Farrow. Shall we get started then? Hello everybody. This is Teatime with Matt, and you are listening live on livestream.com/Teatime with Matt, and it would help if I put the right mic on, so let's get one of these in early. Fail. So yes, this is Teatime with Matt's 24-hour tea break. Introductions. I'm Matthew Alden-Farrow. If you've never heard of me before, I do The Cult of Scratchwood and The Adventures of Derek and Matt on YouTube, among other things. And I do Tea Time with Matt, live from my bedroom sometimes. That in the background there is Tina. She is the Tea Fairy's apprentice in training. Say hello, Tina.
Hello, Tina.
Hello. Not the brightest button in the box, apparently.
No. I'm a tea fairy.
Oh dear. Good start. Anyway, and then over here on our second camera, yes, we have a second camera. This is Sarah-Jayne. Hello.
Hello.
She says hello on cue.
Yeah.
That's her
I'm
best.
trained well.
That's her best marketable skill. That she's
Yeah.
very good at that.
Hello.
Hello. So yes, we have two cameras, so that's the biggest change. And Sarah-Jayne is going to be our producer for the next 24 hours. So she will be interacting with you guys live on the chat room, via Twitter, Facebook,
Skype.
carrier pigeon, all of that.
Please don't send me a pigeon. I don't like birds.
You don't like birds?
I don't like birds. Don't send me a pigeon.
Okay, no
and there's
pigeons.
a lot of cats here. Your pigeon won't make it.
Yeah, the pigeon won't make it into the garage. That's not good. So yeah, this is Sarah-Jayne. She's going to be the face of our social media interaction for the next 24 hours.
God help us.
I know. So yes, welcome to Tea Time with Matt's 24-hour tea break. I hope you are all excited. We certainly are. But before we kick off, just to let you know, we are of course doing this to raise money for an amazing charity. The charity is called Mind. They are a mental health charity, and they offer support and advice to people suffering from mental health conditions. And they campaign both nationally and internationally to raise the profile of mental health and mental health awareness, and also fight for the rights of those with mental health. So yeah, absolutely brilliant. If you would like to give us a donation, you can do that at the Just Giving page, which is justgiving.com/teatimewithmatt 2015. Click on the donate button. All donations sent via the Just Giving website will be donated directly to Mind, minus a 5% transaction fee, which Just Giving takes for the admin side of things. You can also donate in the UK from your mobile phone by text message. Text TTWM50, followed by the amount you wish to donate, to 770. Your mobile operator will pass 100% of the donation to Just Giving. Please note the minimum amount for text donation is £1, and all donations must be in pounds sterling. The maximum text donation allowed is £10 for all mobile operators. Donations sent via text will usually incur your standard text message fee. For full details of terms and conditions regarding donations, please visit justgiving.com/info/terms of service. Okay, that's the legal stuff out the way. Let's get started. Donald is in the chat room. He says, are all three of you staying up for 24 hours? Well, I am. Are you guys staying up for all 24 hours? No, they're not. The Tea Fairy has time off.
Yeah.
She's allowed. She's in training, so it's fine. Right. Don said, D.H. Adelaide says obligatory train set running in the background. Yes, that's the hype train. We're referring to that as the hype train. That is the train we will all be on when we get excited about things. Owlery Holt says, I work nights, so regularly stay up for 26 hours, mainly helped by coffee and coffee. Owlery Holt also adds, as you have chocolate, you won't be interested in a bacon roll then. Don't be ridiculous. Bacon is superior to everything.
Yes.
Of course we want bacon rolls.
Yes.
Get on that. The tea fairy's letting us down today. He sent his apprentice along, you know, it's... And I'm sorry, Tea Fairy. No offence, Tina, but she's not really up to your usual high standards yet. So, you know, don't let us down. You know, give poor Tina a hand here, guys.
Please.
There we go. Jarlik says, I can see you in real life. You can? Apparently Jarlik is in the garage with us somewhere.
That's a worrying thought.
That is a worrying thought. That's terrifying. That's terrifying. Yeah, there's not a lot of room here. Sarah-Jayne's back and she hasn't got bacon.
No.
This is distressing.
Or coffee.
I almost bought a cat. Kettle's behind us, Tea Fairy.
I'm an apprentice. The tea fairy-
She's not allowed to operate the kettle. She hasn't She's not qualified.
I haven't
What
got
is this
my
madness?
I have got an apprentice card.
Oh dear.
Jarek's just said I ate the bacon.
Yeah, you ate the bacon.
I did not.
She didn't eat the bacon. She's issuing a denial of that fact, Jarlik. The hype train looks great going around in the background there. I've just clocked it on the live preview feed that I'm looking at. It looks great, doesn't it? That looks awesome. I might stop it and bring it over for an examination in a few hours. Sarah-Jayne appears to be standing up rather than sitting down. Is that just because you're active right now, or is there a reason?
Just because I'm active. I'm tweeting. I am looking after the chat room and dealing with everyone and trying to promote us as much as we can.
Everything's super busy at the moment. Actually, do you know what? While I think of it, you've just gone on the Just Giving page there.
Yeah.
I think it's time we had a totalizer. You know, because our aim to raise this during the broadcast is £500. So we're going to get a total that we have currently raised. So let's have a appropriate sound bed for that. There we go, there's our appropriate sound bed. Those of you who followed Tea Time with Matt since Mod Radio will recognise that as shamelessly pinched from the 48-hour lock-in. Sorry about that. I had it lying around. It seemed like an appropriate jingle to use for a totalizer.
Does this count as a lock-in?
It kind of does, yeah, but it's a tea break, not a lock-in.
Kidnapping.
I am probably going to refer to this as the 48-hour lock-in several times as I get tireder, because the two were very similar, except I did more sleeping during the 48-hour one. So there we are. Right, Sarah-Jayne, give us a total. How much have we raised?
We have raised £80 of the 500 so far through 2 anonymous donations and 1 from Claire Bear.
But our total so far is, how much did we say again?
£80.
£80. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. Indeedy. You're listening to the 24-hour tea break. I'm doing it already. I shouldn't have brought it up. That was a mistake. Oh dear. Oh, this is going brilliantly. Sarah-Jayne, have we done any planning for anything past about 2 o'clock?
Of course not.
Of course not, no. So you guys are going to have to help us plan that. So from 2 o'clock, we're going to need a new theme, and we want your suggestions for it. We have an emergency list, but we've done no planning for that list. We just have a list of ideas. Primarily, we want to take your suggestions. So if you've got any suggestions for our next theme, could be in the next couple of hours. If we really like it, we might do it. It has to be funny, though. So, let's and clean. Keep it clean, people. This is a family show, after all.
I've still not got my wings.
Tea Time with Matt's 24-hour tea break. Raising money for Mind. Tina's a bit upset because as Apprentice Tea Fairy, she hasn't got her wings yet. And just a reminder that every time you donate to Mind via the 24-hour tea break, a Tea Fairy gets her wings.
I need a wing.
So send your donations and help Help Tina get her wings.
I need to be a fairy. I need wings. And not just every time a bell rings.
Oh, dearie me. Daniel said earlier that we needed more fez. Well, we have a fez now, as you can see. It's a good fez. It's a bright red one. It kind of clashes with the blue, but yeah. No, it's good though. It's good. I like this. It's good fez.
Cool.
Fezes are cool. Selfies of us in the fezes coming later. Allery Hawk says, by the way, I don't want to worry you, but there is a definite space in your room where a Dalek should be. Guys! Derek's escaped again.
Oh no!
Yeah, this could be problematic. Uh-oh. Not good.
No.
Okay then. Well, fingers crossed that won't cause us any problems further down the line. Not good. Anyway, I said I was going to do a weather update after that song, so I'm going to do that right now. So I'm making my way over to the window. I'm switching on my secondary microphone so you can all continue hearing me. Hello, webcam. Right, let's have a look. Right, it's kind of cloudy. I can hear the birds singing. It's lovely. It's beautiful. There's a little bit of a chill in the air, though, which I'm not so thrilled about. But, you know, it's all right. The sun is desperately trying to break through the clouds, though. So, yeah, there's a cat meowing. I don't know if you can hear that.
Is it saying Matt?
It might be saying Matt. I'm not sure. If you want to let us know what the weather is doing in your area, get in touch on the chat room. Let us know what the weather is doing where you are. You can also tweet to me at Teatime with Matt or hit me up on Facebook. Facebook.com/Teatime with Matt. And that's how we're going to get your weather. That's what the weather's doing where we are. We haven't done common sense advice for staying awake. So we're going to do that now. That was foolish of me. I nearly forgot. So you're joining us for the next 24 hours to watch the show, contribute in the chat room, and donate all of your money. Good for you. But hold on. How are you planning to stay awake for all that time? Staying awake's hard, man. So luckily, Tea Time with Matt has you covered with this common sense advice on how to stay awake. And of course, what we really need is a common sense advice sound bed. Okay, so number 1, find ways to keep yourself busy and occupied. Do some cleaning, maybe paint the house, or work on that novel you've always said you'll finish one day. Or if you really can't be bothered with any of that, just sit in the chat room and talk nonsense for the duration. Personally speaking, I would find that quite useful. Number 2, move about and exercise to stay awake. I intend to do at least 100 press-ups. Not today, obviously. I mean over the remainder of my lifetime. But I will be doing plenty of stretching to reach the biscuits that we have on hand. Speaking of which, number 3, snack on food continuously. Have healthy foods such as chocolate digestives, which are made from wheat and are therefore part of a healthy, balanced diet. And chocolate is technically a fruit, so healthy. Don't question my logic. Number 4, splash water all over your face. This has nothing to do with staying awake, we just think it would be funny. Number 5, don't forget to drink plenty of water. Being dehydrated can make you tired, so be sure to stay hydrated. I will be taking my water in the form of tea, which contains caffeine, which is a stimulant, and will help me stay awake. I suggest you all do the same. Tea all around! And finally, have fun! If you have fun, you will forget about being tired. So stay tuned, join in the conversation in the chat room, and be sure to point and laugh at us at every opportunity, of which we're sure there will be many. And that was Tea Time with Matt's common sense advice on how to stay awake. Allery Holt suggests themes for later, fiction or detectives. Yes, well down for that, it's going on the list. You're listening to Tea Time with Matt, and that was Wham! And Wake Me Up Before You Go. Because I'm not planning on going solo, because I got these two looking after me. You've got the Tea Fairy's apprentice there, making the tea. So, well done, Tina. You've earned your wings, I think. You're doing well. And we got Sarah-Jayne, who's looking after you guys in the chat room. So, cheers, Sarah-Jayne. Got your coffee coming up. Don't worry. We'll drip feed our coffee over the course of the next couple of hours. Guys, I just want to point out we've been going nearly 2 hours. And it's not a disaster yet. So, yay for that. We have tea. Excellent. And we have rich tea biscuits. We're kicking this up a notch. The tea break is really getting going now. Sarah-Jayne says, I have chocolate digestive, but I'm being shunned because I don't dunk. Yeah, you non-dunking person. Impy says, you make me laugh. Thank you. I'm glad I make you laugh, because that's the point. Interestingly enough, folks, Incidentally, I knew what I meant. Incidentally, folks, if you are enjoying the show, please do drop a donation to Mind at justgiving.com/Teatime With Matt 2015. We are doing this show to raise money for Mind, 24 hours of live, unscripted content, which is going to go horribly wrong at some point, I have no doubt. But in the meantime, hopefully everything will go well. And you'll enjoy it. And if you do enjoy it, please do drop Mind a donation. They do amazing work. They are a brilliant, brilliant charity. And I am proud to be raising money for them. Apparently, we've been retweeted by Hardeep Singh Kohli, who is a minor celebrity. So that's pretty cool. He has something like 3,000 followers. So I wonder if any of them are listening. If you are listening and you've just joined us, if you're not on the chat room, come and join us on the chat room. Seriously, we would love that. That would be awesome. Tune in and, yeah. Stuff. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. It's only been 2 hours. It's only been 2 hours. I've run out of things to say. Welcome back to Tea Time with Matt's 24-hour tea break. It's just gone 5 minutes past 2. I'm Matthew Alden-Farrow. Behind me, that's the apprentice tea fairy, Tina. Hiya. And over here in the corner, that's our producer, Sarah-Jayne. She's going to be in the chat room and taking all of your what's the word I'm looking for? Contributions. Abuse. Yes, abuse and contributions. So for the next couple of hours, we have a new theme for the show, and our theme is fictional detectives. We're going to be asking you, what are your favourite fictional detectives? We'll have some common sense advice coming up a bit later in the show about solving a crime. If you wanted to become a detective, very important to know how to solve crime. In fact, that's pretty much all you do, so it would be useful for you to know how to do that. And we also want your favourite songs about private detectives too. So get in touch with us on the chat room or by any method that I just listed. We would love to hear from you. I love this sound bed. It's quite funky. I'm going to turn this up for a minute. Yeah, I'm enjoying that. It's good. Good sound bed. Yeah, right, we're going to turn that off now. And what we've also decided, we were talking during that last song, and I think we all agree that between us, we have all of the skills we need to set up our own detective agency. Definitely. So we've decided we're going to set up our own detective agency, so we'd like to know what skills you guys watching the show could bring to the detective agency, and also we would like you to give us your crimes to solve. If you've got a crime that needs solving, if no one else can help, and if you can find us, maybe you can hire... No, we're not doing the A-Team reference. Right. No, we're not doing that. No, that's lame.
Well, you can be a C-Team.
Yeah, but you can hire the Tea Time Detective Agency for all of your criminal needs. Sponsored by Honest Jeff. Although I think Honest Jeff is not only our sponsor, he's also most of the solutions. Definitely. Honest Jeff does commit a lot of crime. Allegedly.
They say 1 in 5 people will be a serial killer in their lifetime. So
statistically, someone in this house at the moment will be a serial killer.
Yes. My vote's are you. But...
Rude. Okay.
But it's what makes them different. But yeah, I became very much... not a fan. interested in Jack the Ripper during my college years, and even did my university work on him. So yeah, I'm obsessed.
Cool.
All things crime. I like how they get away with it.
What's your favourite Jack the Ripper theory? Because I know there's several.
My favourite one, which is totally ridiculous, is that it was the Queen's surgeon.
That is out of all of the theories there are, I think that one is the most outlandish. Yeah, certainly. Because it would be fairly obvious, wouldn't it?
Well, there is a theory that they knew who he was, but because he was...
They covered it
part
up.
of the royals. Yeah. They covered it up because they had to. They couldn't have that scandal.
Well, no, of course not. That would have destroyed Victorian society.
There was someone called Maybrick, who I believe it was. I almost said Floyd Mayweather then. Apologies. It's not Floyd Mayweather. But Maybrick. There is a theory that it was him, and that kind of adds up. But I do like all the different... It's the biggest mystery in the world. Who was Jack the Ripper?
We are joined now live by Skype by Impy, otherwise known as Zach. Hello, Zach.
First time I've ever called into a radio station.
Oh, there you go then. That's good. First time you've called in. Excellent. I think you've picked the worst one possible for your first time, though.
I don't think it's bad. It's brilliant to me.
Thank you. I'm glad you think so. Zach, I know you, of course, from the Nene Valley Railway, so I'm hoping you can settle a bit of a debate. Sarah-Jayne, bless her, is a bit outnumbered here, in that me and Tina both think my model railway is awesome. She's not so convinced because she thinks it sounds like it's raining.
It does. It just makes you need a bathroom all the time. That's all I can hear is these trains. I'm going to do the great train robbery and steal them and hide them somewhere. I may trade Derek for them.
Yeah, you have Derek then?
I have Derek.
That's rude.
I have Derek, and unless those trains are removed, Derek is staying with me.
Okay.
Although I can't promise if they're removed that he won't stay with me anyway, because I'm kind of in love with Derek.
Okay, fair enough. So what I was going to ask, Zach, is can you convince Sarah-Jayne that model trains are actually awesome? Sarah-Jayne? Sarah Train. There we go. Can you convince her that model railways are awesome?
Yes, I can. Because model trains are very enjoyable, and even though they take years and years to build, they are quite fantastic. And I've been with model railways ever since from a very young age. To tell you, I've got about 5 model railways in my house. I've got
5?
4 indoors. 5. I've got 4 indoors.
That's an insane number.
It is, yes. The first one I built was just built on a fictional railway that I had in my mind, and now it's just been turned into like a storage so I can have my trains out when I'm not using them. The second one I built was of a branch line based where I live. It's like a bit of a what-if scenario, like an alternative universe where a railway company was building it and they didn't get as far as they wanted to do. Next one was built on an idea I found on the internet, which is about boxes where you build within like these A4 type paper type boxes, and
okay,
that's quite an interesting idea.
Sounds
I might send you the video link if you want to watch it sometime when you're not live streaming.
Yeah, do. Chuck me the link on Facebook. I'll have a look at that when we're off air tomorrow.
I will do. The fourth one, which I'm currently building, is based on Wandsworth Station as it was during the 1950s, and that's coming along very well. And the latest one is in the garden.
Hey.
And that's the biggest out of the railways that I have. It's still got a lot of work to do on it. I recently extended it by having a branch line on it, but it's just quite relaxing. It means that when I'm outside, I'm enjoying the fresh air and notice the birds, I can just watch the trains go around very peacefully, and it's very enjoyable.
Do you have any skills you could bring to the Tea Time Detective Agency? Well, what's your skill set?
I'm a very good driver.
You can be our getaway driver, because in every detective show there is a chase scene. So
yes, there's going to be a chase scene.
So there you go. That's sorted. You can drive us around. That would be great. We need a vehicle of some kind, I think.
We do.
We've got a TARDIS.
Oh, what
That's
kind
true.
of vehicle?
Well, a car, ideally. I mean, we have a TARDIS, but the TARDIS isn't very reliable. So we need to get from A to B, not via C, D, E, F, G, and all of the other letters.
We have my car, but it only goes to 40 miles an hour. Then it gets a bit upset.
We need a faster car.
We do need a fast car. We could go on yours.
My car's faster.
There you go. We're going to go on Tina's
get
car.
in mine with all of our detective-y tools.
I think all detectives have to have a classic car, don't they?
What do we reckon?
Well, Inspector Morse has his lovely red. I don't know what it. Oh gosh, what car is it? Inspector Morse drives. I can't remember.
Isn't it a Jaguar?
I think yes, it's a Jaguar. It's a red Jaguar, classic Jaguar.
Yeah.
Dirk Gently has his Austin Princess, which isn't such a classic, but it's still a classic car. We need a classic car. We haven't had a totalizer update for a little while, have we?
No, we haven't.
No.
Would you like one?
Shall we do that now?
Yeah.
All right. Let's have the music first. Okay, so yeah, go on.
We have raised £115
Woo!
thanks to a £10 donation from Martin.
Excellent.
And a £20 donation from Bill. I am remembering these off the top of my head. I'm not like Matt.
No,
I'm
that's
cheating
fine.
with paper. But that is almost 20% of our target, and we are only 3 hours in, so we are doing well.
We are thrilled about this. So keep donating, folks. It's really great. What percentage have we got then? So we got something like...
We've got 19%.
19%. Brilliant.
If you haven't donated already, donate 70070. Text TTWM50, because he didn't want to make it easy. Yeah. That's TTWM50, followed by the amount you wish to donate, 70070. 100% goes straight to Mind, or go to our justgiving.com/Teatime With Matt 2015, and I'm going to stop taking the mickey out of him, because that is really hard to say.
I'm sorry, what was that? Oh no, I don't need paper. I don't need paper.
Why did you choose something that was TTWMF50?
I didn't have an option. I had to link it back to something. It had to be a collection of letters and a number, and that's the only thing that made sense.
But 70070, 100% goes to Just Giving. We are trying to raise £500 for Mind.
However, if we could do more, that would be awesome.
Yes, but 500 is our minimum limit. We are working really hard for them. They are an amazing charity who do a lot of good work for people.
There we go. Plug over. That was our Totalizer update, folks. You can probably hear a printer whirring away in the background. That's because the Common Sense Advice theme is ready. There we go. Common Sense Advice. Everybody, we'll do that after the next song. Okay, we are now going to do some common sense advice on solving a crime. As Sherlock Holmes said, when you illuminate the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. So with that in mind, you've rocked up to the scene of a grisly murder, declared that the police are incompetent, and stated you are the only one who could possibly solve the case. Sorry, Claire. But hang on! You've never solved a crime before! You're out of your depth! But don't panic. Teatime with Matt's got you back with this common sense advice on how to solve a crime. And in order to do this, we need a common sense advice soundbed. Number 1, document everything in the murder book. Keeping a detailed record of an investigation is more than just a memory aid. Known as the murder book, it is the place where detectives record every step of a homicide investigation, including witness statements, forensic reports, crime scene photos, tea stains, and biscuit crumbs. Number 2, nail down the timeline. The timeline is an essential part of every investigation. Get it right and it can open avenues of investigation up and prove or break a suspect's alibi. For instance, if Honest Jeff was within a 50-mile radius at the time the crime was committed, it was probably him. Allegedly. Number 3, follow every lead. Keeping an open mind about the causes and possible perpetrators of a crime is essential to an investigator's success. Crimes are rarely straightforward, and following every lead, no matter how contrived it may seem, is crucial. Whether it's witness statements, tips called in by the public, detectives never know where a lead is going to take them. It could be the sweet little old lady you talked to isn't all that she seems, or that the murder weapon is actually a teapot, or something like that. Number 4, treat everything as evidence. Everything at a crime scene, from the victim's body to the position of the furniture, can be considered as evidence. Systematically processing the scene can dramatically increase the chances of solving a crime. Not just the collection of forensic evidence and fingerprints, but determining what does or does not belong at a scene can be just as useful. So be sure to look at everything, including the contents of the fridge and the victim's wallet. Crime investigation is expensive. You deserve compensating, damn it. And finally, persevere. Time can be a major factor in solving murders. The first 48 hours are the most important, so make sure you get things wrapped up quickly. If that means you have to fit up a suspect, not a problem. Just pretend to have a bump on the head and gain psychic abilities, then you can claim you saw Mrs. Mickens next door doing it. And look at that! This bloody glove you just planted fits her perfectly! And that was Teatime with Matt's common sense advice on how to solve a crime. As we said, if you have any crimes you would need the Teatime Detective Agency to solve, let us know. We specialise in only the best fitting up of suspects. So if you've got someone who you need sailing down the river for a crime they didn't commit, then give us a call on 01234 6789, or just hit us up in the chat room. That's probably easier.
I'm sure that's my phone number.
Oh dear. Hello and welcome back to the show. You're listening to Teatime with Matt's 24-hour tea break. And for the next 2 hours, we're going to be talking about history. We're going to be asking you guys, what is your favourite period of history? and we want you to give us your songs about history. And coming up a bit later in the next couple of hours, we will be telling you all about Tea Time with Matt's brief history of the world. A extremely accurate portrayal of the history of the world from start to present day. We're working on compiling that at the moment. Bren says, when it comes to my favourite period, easily it has to be the time of feudal Japan, of the samurai and the ninja. I love samurais and their idea of Bushido and honour, something I think a lot of people could use. Am I right? Yes, Bren, you are right. A bit of honour would go a long way in the modern world, I think. What else? Bren says, and the Victorian era was pretty cool, very elegant when it comes to design. Rory points out, but the food, though, the food would have been awful. Sarah-Jayne says, my favourite era will always be the Victorians and the 60s for fashion and progress, although you're right here, so you could have told us that. She's shrugging at me. Okay.
I'm working.
Jarlik says his favourite era of history is his birthday. Excellent. Impy says, my favourite era is the 20th century, most the First and Second World Wars. I find that era of history pretty fascinating as well, I have to agree. I particularly like, my favourite period of history of all, though, is the Roman era and the Roman Empire. I find it absolutely amazing that we had this empire that spanned a huge amount of the globe, stretching all the way from Britain and possibly further north, they're not sure, but stretching all the way from there, all the way down through the Middle East and into Africa. You know, the Romans had a huge empire, and then almost overnight it collapsed, and no one can really explain why. I think that is absolutely fascinating. It's an awesome period of history. We gained so much technology, and then the empire collapsed, and humanity took a giant leap backwards. I just find that whole concept endlessly fascinating. One of my favourite eras of history. That it's looking decidedly like it's going to rain here in Milton Keynes, so I'm going to do a quick weather update for you. Okay, I've got my second microphone on, and you can hear me as confirmed by the green flashing light. So let's switch to the weather cam, or producer cam, whichever you want to call it. Okay. Yep, it is looking decidedly like it's going to rain. It's extremely cloudy now. I can't see the sun anywhere. That might be because it's getting dark. What time is it now? It's 5:10. Probably not time to get dark yet, but quite close. It's feeling quite chilly. I think we're going to need the heater on this evening. It's already on. There we go. Sorted. Everything looking rather grey and miserable, to be honest. So let us know what the weather's doing where you are. Give us a shout on the chat room. Or you can tweet us at Teatime with Matt, facebook.com/Teatime with Matt, and post a message there. Or come on Skype. My username is Teatime with Matt. I'm losing the plot. This is why I shouldn't do shows for very long, because I'm not very good.
Oh, very good.
You say that now. Yeah, Sarah-Jayne's just pointed out in the chat room that we are going to miss Doctor Who. Have you any thoughts about that?
Yeah, the sleep hour.
The sleep hour?
None that I can air. No,
Okay, fair enough.
Originally, when he introed the producer and did this little video in my flat, I said we need the sleep hour.
Yeah.
And I believe that sleep hour should be the Doctor Who hour. And we play all pre-recorded stuff and go and watch Doctor Who, because I want to know how Doctor Who became a ghost. And guys, do not give me spoilers, because it's just not the same.
Yeah, no Doctor Who spoilers, please. In fact, if you're any good, you won't watch it and you'll wait until we've finished. So, yeah.
But if you're a fan, you'll go off at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock
I imagine
and watch
you will. I imagine you will.
Matt has his own theory that Doctor Who is in fact in the...
He's in the casket. Come on, guys. It's
Doctor
obvious.
Who is in the casket, and he's actually the pilot that is dead. I don't know what he's done, because I never know what Peter Capaldi's going to do, but I'm quite excited.
Peter Capaldi's amazing. I love him.
He is a very good Doctor.
So
he is
good.
much better than some of the other Doctors we've had. Let's put it that way.
I'm saying nothing because I know where this is going.
But who's your favourite Doctor, guys? Let us know in the chat room. Although, be aware, if you say one name, you may be banned. And who's your favourite assistant as well?
Yeah. I quite like, oh god. I'm thinking classic series now. Blimey. Ace. Ace is my favourite. Sophie Aldred. She is so good.
Mine's Sarah-Jayne for obvious reasons.
Obviously.
But also, Tina's is Rose. She's talking to us in the background. Who was your favourite Doctor, Tina?
Rory
David
says
Tennant.
if you want to show it on here, there is a link where you can watch it on BBC Online. We would get sued to high heaven, Rory.
I just feel we'd be too distracted as well.
It's a nice idea, but we would get sued to high heaven. So,
Bren and Tina have just agreed. John Pertwee, the third Doctor.
Oh,
was
John
the
Pertwee's
best.
brilliant. I
See,
love John
I love
Pertwee.
Chris Eccleston, but I think that's because he brought Doctor Who back for me.
That's true.
David Tennant was the best, but Chris Eccleston was my first Doctor.
You know what I would say? I don't know if you've seen the video doing the rounds online. Sean Pertwee, who is John Pertwee's son, he's in a show called Gotham at the moment in the United
love
States.
Gotham.
I haven't watched it.
It's brilliant.
He did a photo of himself for Halloween dressed as his dad, and he looks so like him, it's scary.
Wow.
I really want them to invite him back to play the third Doctor.
Well, when
in
they
his
said
father's
they were
role. I
doing
think that'd be awesome.
When they said all the Doctors were coming, you know, when they did that one episode where all the Doctors were in it, I thought all the alive ones, obviously, they were just going to bring them all actual back. They didn't. I was not happy.
I was
It was
disappointed
all
by
CGI.
that.
I was like, no.
Random question: did you watch the 5-ish Doctors reboot on the red button afterwards?
Yes.
Good, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
That was so good. That's the special we should have had, basically.
I do think Doctor Who used to be scarier. Back with like John Pertwee.
Oh,
you
yeah,
would hide
I'd
behind
agree.
your cushions. Now you sit there and you look at the multicoloured Daleks that look like tweenies.
Yeah, they've got rid of
And-
those now.
No, because they came back.
Did they? When?
In the last Doctor Who, where they made Clara a Dalek, there was that red Dalek, Dalek Supreme.
Yeah, but they toned the colours down.
Yeah,
It
but
looked a lot
still
better.
annoyed me. And
It
Matt
looked a lot
Smith
better.
annoyed me. He made it like for 5-year-olds.
I'm saying nothing.
And he has a weird shaped face.
I'm
No
saying
offense.
nothing, but only because I still need a producer.
Yes, I will walk out of here.
Yeah, I thought you might. Coming up now, we've got Tea Time with Matt's brief history of the world. Finally.
Not that brief.
It's not that brief. It's 2 pages long. I've been working really hard on this. I'm excited to present it to you. And then after that, I'm not sure what we're going to do. I guess it'll be nearly time to wrap up for this hour, and we will look to the future. But more on that later. Okay, so here we go. This is Tea Time with Matt, brief history of the world, and in order to do this, we're going to need a brief history of the world soundbed. Spoiler, it's basically the common sense advice soundbed. So here we go. Tea Time with Matt's brief history of the world. In the beginning, the universe was created. Douglas Adams tells us that this made a lot of people very angry and is widely regarded as a bad move. After a while, the Earth popped into existence, and some single-cell life forms wondered what would happen if they pulled their resources, grew legs, and moved out of the oceans onto the land. As such, land-based life forms evolved. Many life forms decided that land wasn't all it was cracked up to be, and headed back into the sea. The remaining life forms became dinosaurs, who were wiped out when someone chucked a big rock at them. After a while, mammals evolved, and eventually became a creature that we would call the modern human. All of the other animals looked at each other and went, what could possibly go wrong? The new human beings discovered fire and invented the wheel. It would take another 200,000 years for someone to put the two things together and invent the steam locomotive, but only 10 minutes for someone to take one of the stone chips left over from making the wheel and use it to stab someone through the eyes. War was invented, and humans spent the rest of human history learning brand new shiny ways to murder anybody who looked at them funny. During the time of the Roman Empire, someone suddenly noticed that the BC calendar system was flawed, in that they were counting backwards and would eventually run out of numbers. As such, they abandoned the system and started counting forwards again, which everyone agreed was probably a much more sensible idea. Coincidentally, in the same year, a man called Jesus Christ was born. Jesus had some wacky ideas about people being nice to each other, which many people found a bit preachy, so they had him brutally murdered. After the Roman Empire collapsed due to a faulty shelf, nothing much happened until 1066, when William the Conqueror shot King Harold of England through the eye with a bow and arrow. Between the 14th and 17th century, again, not a great deal happened, because Europe was busy painting and making sculptures of people without any clothes on. At some point during this period, a man called Christopher Columbus got bored of all the naked statues and painting, and popped across the Atlantic to discover America and murder some Native Americans. Are you spotting a theme yet? At the beginning of the 19th century, a man finally realised that kettles held immense power and invented the steam engine. This kick-started the Industrial Revolution and led to the development of factory manufacturing, which meant more weapons to murder people with. Between 1914 and 1945, the entire world was engaged in World War I and World War II electric boogaloo. In both cases, Britain saved the day, but then America swooped in and took all the credit once all the hard work was over. Russia also got involved and started muscling up to the United States going, "Come on then, do you want some? Do you want some?" This was shortly followed by the development of nuclear weapons, which the entire world tutted at and said, probably a really bad idea. The invention of the computer and the internet meant that human civilization had access to the entire collected knowledge of the entire planet instantaneously. But rather than reaching the peak of civilization, the entire species decided to spend all their lives plugged into Facebook and Twitter, and watching rubbish livestream broadcasts on the internet. Bit sad, really. Looking to the future, well, we'll be discussing that in the next hour, but given everything we've just discussed, I'd imagine it involves brutally murdering each other in some way. And that was Tea Time with Matt's brief and completely accurate history of the world. I thank you. Owlery Holt says, in the 90s I had a Nokia 8210, which was about 60mm long, weighed next to nothing and needed charging once a week. We're basically saying, I think, that phones are getting bigger, aren't they? I mean, certainly... This is huge. This is the phone I use. It's not actually a TARDIS. Hang on. This is a Samsung Galaxy S5, which is what I use for my day-to-day communication. Ooh, reflections. And it's massive, but it connects me to the internet. It makes phone calls and texts people. It's brilliant. Bren says, I'm introverted, so technology helps me to open up. Yes, that's true. I think technology's taken it kind of both ways. I think in some ways Facebook and Twitter and the like mean we're more connected than ever, but I think that means kind of person to person we don't talk as much, and which in my opinion is quite sad. Hang on, I'm going to pass the microphone back to Tina. Tina, without wishing to be incredibly rude, and I hope you'll take this the right way,
fine.
You've been around a lot longer than I have.
I have, you're quite right. Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think technological development has brought us together, or has it forced us apart?
Well, it's actually something we were talking about the other day, and I do believe that, you know, we've got this global World Wide Web where right now we're talking to Bren on the other side of the world, more or less. You know, you're having conversation. He's having this web chat with you, the webcast, what have you. But I did say the art of conversation has died.
Yes.
I would agree with that. I think I'm quite good at doing this. I'm great over the internet at talking to people. You know, I can go on Skype, Facebook. Not so good person to person at all. I don't know if that's because of the technology. I think in a way the technology actually helps me because it gives you time to pause, think about what you're going to say it, pause, read response, digest, respond. You know, that makes my life easier because it slows everything down. Bizarre as that sounds, I know sort of communication-wise it sped everything up, but having instantaneous communication means we can pause and, you know, sort of think about what we want to say.
But sorry, go on.
Sorry, no, well, all I was going to say was whereas in person, people expect an instant response from you. So it's, you know, from my point of view as someone who suffers from anxiety and has a few kind of socialization issues, I can't read body language because of one of the conditions I have. So I find technology and the internet really useful, but equally I can see how actually, like you say, the art of conversation is dying off.
Well, I think it is, and the trouble is it has a broader ramification for that, because we are now living in a society where community isn't as strong as it was, and you've got people who are older than me, same age as me, who are now isolated. They don't talk to people, they don't go out. So technology, if they can get a grasp of that, can help. But actually I think it's a hindrance.
So some of you are commenting on this in the chat room. Ro Young says the internet in general has connected us around the world and opened our eyes in terms of people's cultures, etc. However, it's split us into groups of people, like people who are more wealthy have phones like iPhones, while the not so wealthy have the £20 flip phone from Tesco, because every little helps. What else is being said here? Rory agrees with Bren in that you can be friends with people from across the world. So I'm friends with Bren, who lives in America. He's friends with me in the UK. Bren also says he has friends in Australia, and Rory, of course, from the Czech Republic. So, this has brought 3 people who would never have otherwise met together on the Livestream Chat. And, that in itself is a technological marvel.
Yeah.
Rory also adds her kitten has fallen asleep on her. That sounds cute. I wish we could see a picture of that, because I like kittens.
Do you talk to your neighbours, Matt?
No, and that's the weird thing. I don't really socialise with the people either side of me in housing wise, because we live close to each other, but we don't really have interaction. We don't go speak together. We'll speak if we're passing in the street, but I don't make an effort to go around there, and neither do they to us.
Yeah, but growing up before the phones came along, because even at 26, there weren't massive developments in phones until I was about 13, 14. And I was one of those people who had the £20 phone. I didn't have a lot of money growing up, and I got what I could get, so I could ring mum and say I'm going to be late, blah, blah, blah. But I used to go to my neighbour's house for dinner. I used to have a friend that I saw every single day. I would get up and I'd go to her house and we'd sit and do a chat. Now I have a phone. Because I can text you, there's no point in me coming round to meet you.
No, exactly.
Like me and Matt, we talk almost every day, so we don't actually have to meet up. We meet up maybe, other than planning this, once every 3-4 months.
It's like we went out for coffee last week,
Yeah.
And we didn't actually do any show planning. We sort of briefly
That's because
mentioned
Matt is
it.
terrible, and he gets distracted really easily by hating the sun. That's what it was. The sun was
That's
in
not
his eyes.
what it was about.
Then he
at
couldn't
all.
get a comfy chair. He didn't want to work. But I think...
No, but the point I was making was that, we met up and went for coffee and had a chat, but that sort of only really happens once in a blue moon.
Yeah, like,
nowadays.
is it Roy Young? Or is it Roe?
I've been calling him Ro Young.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know what the
Ro.
pronunciation is, so we'll go with that.
He put... When was the last time the whole village went down to the pub on a Saturday night? Yeah. Pubs used to be the centre of a community, and now they're closing because people can press a button and talk to each other.
It's very true.
Yeah, I remember seeing something on Facebook where they said this restaurant had been getting loads of complaints that service was slow, so they put CCTV up. And what they found was actually, instead of people going in, ordering and then sitting and chatting, they were going in, scrolling on their phones, checking in that they were in this restaurant. Then they were ordering, like 20 minutes later.
Yeah.
Then their food would come, they would take pictures rather than eat it. Then they would sit on their phones some more. So actually their service wasn't slower. It was that people were so distracted by their phones that they were no longer functioning. My other half, and I know he's listening, so I will get a text getting in trouble for this, tends to sit on Facebook for hours. If he is bored, that phone will come out and it is permanently attached to his hand. And I realised the other day, and this isn't about me and him because we do get on very well because I steal his phone a lot and make him talk to me. But you could have a relationship with someone without actually talking to them very much.
It's very true. And actually, I found that in the last relationship I was in, the main part of our communication was done via text message. The weird thing is we would text each other all day, and then we would talk on Skype in the evening until well into the early hours. So when we actually met up in the real world, we didn't have anything to say.
Yeah, and I think
because we've been talking all day.
Problems are masked as well. Like, instead of having an argument, you're sitting or talking to each other on your phones. Instead of going, okay, we've had this problem, let's discuss it and find out what's going on. You storm off, you sit on your phones, and if I get shown one more funny cat video by Matt or Cameron, we're going to have issues. But I do think technology can be amazing. I had a lot of friends in America that I used to speak to. I don't anymore because I'm very busy. Sorry, guys. But I think it can also be abused quite a lot by our generation. And it is making the English language die. If I get one more emoticon or text language, I'm going to go mad. And that does not mean flood the chat room with text language.
Yeah, if we see any emoticons, the ban hammer is coming out.
Oh yeah, straight away. You won't even get a 5-minute ban. You will just be gone.
LOL, lols, ruffle,
LMAO.
No, none of that. Not allowed. The Tea Fairy's apprentice is doing well. She's qualified in the use of the kettle now. Yay! Which is why I have this rather nice cup of coffee here. Thrilled at that because I'm flagging a bit now. The chat room is still not working, I'm told. We are working on it. We are liaising with our folks at Livestream. We're going to go and poke them with sticks. Honest Jeff is on his way around there now, and hopefully it'll be back up shortly. Welcome back, and now we are talking about the future, and I'd like to welcome all the way from the United States of America. It is, of course, Bren Tenkage, ladies and gentlemen. He joins us now as a co-host on the show. Bren, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can.
Brilliant. Let's get you on there. There we are. We can all see you now, Bren. Are you all right, dude?
Just mentally prepping myself.
Mentally prepping. I like that. Good stuff.
Sorry about the brightness. You know, I get the sun on that side, but
Don't worry about it. It's all good. Right, so we are asking folks about the future. What do you think the future holds for humanity, or indeed for everything? Plenty of death, I'm sure. Tina has just vanished into the ether, so we're going to bring her back. There we are. We have Tina back now. There we go. Tina disappeared behind Bren. That's a
sorry. I guess I'm literally replacing you.
Yes, literally.
We have the future to talk about.
Indeed.
And I happen to have some lists of pretty good advice. Well, common sense advice for the future.
Okay, shall we do that now, or do you want to wait a bit?
Well, hey, you're the main host. You tell me.
Well, no time like the future. Sorry, no time like the present.
Wait.
Sorry, that joke was terrible.
But because we're always moving into the future, we're in a constant state of being still in time and yet moving forward through time, and I think my brain just cracked.
The space-time continuum.
Indeed.
The wibbly-wobbly thing, as the doctor describes it.
The wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey.
Oh, I'm sorry, I had to reboot.
Yeah.
What did I miss?
Nothing much. Right, we were going to do your common sense advice, and for that, you need a common sense advice sound bed. There's your sound bed. Go for it, Brem. Common sense advice.
All right. Remember, here's some common sense advice for the future. Remember, as the robots will inevitably do an uprising, make sure to be best friends with your common household appliances. That toaster, the refrigerator, and of course the oven. Because when you're in the post-apocalyptic universe, they might be able to say to the robot overlords that you were a good person, and at the very least you just might be a house slave. Second, in the event of a Mad Max style the post-apocalyptic universe, please always make sure to know hand-to-hand combat, as bullets will most likely be scarce and far between, and you want to save them as a last resort. Knowing karate can save your life. Also, if you must replace a lost limb with a weapon, do not go with a chainsaw. Yes, it is flashy, and yes, it might intimidate a few opponents, but finding fuel will be a pain, and you'll just be lugging around a weight. If you must replace your hand, go with a hook or a machete. It's just far more or less cumbersome and much easier to use. And of course, if you're in a cyberpunk future, just keep in mind, the more modifications you add to your body, the less humanity you have. And if you reach zero essence, you go cyber psycho. And then Shadowrunners will have to take you down as just a mission. And you'll probably be less karma than you're even been worth getting out of. Oh well. That's just some of the many common sense advice I can give you. Just remember, you're always going into the future, so really it should just be called present sense advice.
And that was Bren Tenkage's common sense advice for surviving the future. I enjoyed that.
Thank you.
That was
good. Really good for my first time.
That was pretty good. Yeah. What do we think, guys? Can we keep him?
Yeah, I think he needs to hang around for a while.
I think so too. Yep.
Yeah, it's my first run.
It was good.
It was very good. We enjoyed that.
We are now at £165 via Just Giving after getting donations from Martin Owen, who donated £10 plus gift aid, and by Jean Alden, who donated £25 plus to gift aid. Do keep it coming. We do have £20 off of Just Giving as well that we've been text donated. So we are up to £185. That's almost 200. We're not even halfway through our show, and we're almost halfway to our target, ladies and gentlemen.
That's impressive.
So
I'm happy about this.
do keep going. 70070 TTWM50, or justgiving.com/teatimewithmatt 2015.
This is impressive. I am extremely happy about this. Keep donating, folks. We're doing this for an amazing cause, and I do hope with all my heart that you are enjoying the show. I mean that. Thank you so much. I can't really say much more. That was our total update. We're going to wrap up our discussion about the future now. I know I was quite jokey about the fact that the future's probably going to involve lots of murdering people, and I was quite flippant with that. But what I would say is I'm quite upbeat about what the future holds. I think while we've talked a lot about how communication has pushed us apart, communication has done a lot of good. And I refer to a conversation I had while I was at university when the Arab Spring uprisings were happening, and how we were able to reveal through the power of social media, we were able to break media censorship, essentially. We were able to see some of the atrocities that were being committed by horrendously corrupt organisations and governments. We were able to see and read on Twitter and on Facebook and on other social networks about the sorts of things that were being done. And in a way, that gives me hope, because it means that traditionally media and history has been written by the winners. But what I think Twitter and Facebook will do for the future is it will mean, I think history as a rule will now be forced to be more honest. To an extent. I mean, of course, everything is going to be warped by people's opinions, but the more sources you have to quote from, the more you get. And we're quite lucky to live in an age where you can learn about anything that goes on in the world instantly. And
the internet is basically, it's the Wild West, but it is the free, open West.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you have access to the internet and you have the right know-how, you can break through just about any block and learn what's going on the outside. And because of this, I mean, without the internet, I wouldn't have known about half the things that are going on in the world unless it was through the news. And we all know how unbiased the news is.
I'm saying nothing. But yeah, I feel quite hopeful about the future. That's my view on things. Sarah-Jayne, final thoughts on the future?
I think as a generation, we have more opportunity than ever before. As much as I hate them with a passion. The power of YouTube, apparently. You can start a business on YouTube. You can now, as cliche as it sounds, no dream is quite out of reach. If you want to be a TV presenter, you can build your profile online. If you want to do radio, you can live stream like Matt does, along with volunteering at a local hospital. If you
just get a plug in there, Milton Keynes Hospital Radio.
Yeah. Woo! Next weekend, Matt's doing this all over again.
Woo!
And it's just, we're more open-minded as well. Like because I'm a girl, what we can do, what girls can do. There is nothing that I'm not allowed to do anymore, other than obviously be on the front line. There is nothing I'm
They're
not allowed
working
to
on
do.
that. They're working on that.
Yeah, and it's all the boys' fault. Apparently we're not allowed on because of you guys.
Well, you're really distracting. I mean, women in combat gear, man. Whoa.
It's more that you will do something stupid to stop.
I'm not stepping into that conversation. That's a landmine no matter what I say.
It's true. Okay, time for a Tea Time with Matt weather update. Here we go. Okay, so I'm heading over to the doorway now, and I'm tripping over the chair, so that's a good start. Let's open up the door. Well, it's dark, that much I can tell you. I can't really see very much just at the moment. It feels chilly, but not terribly so. I can't see any stars, but that could just be light pollution. And there's a light breeze, because I can hear the leaves rustling in the trees. It's actually a rather pleasant evening. What's the weather doing where you are, Bren?
You know what? I will go check. Give me a moment.
We just lost the camera.
What? Really?
No, it's fine. It's back now.
Okay.
We've lost the sound bed, so I'll put it
Okay.
back for you. There we go.
Okay, it's somewhat sunny, but we're starting to get some clouds in. It's kind of a warm breeze, but still relatively cool.
Good stuff. If you want to let us know what the weather is doing where you are, I would say you could reach us on the chat room, but I'm still not sure about that at the moment.
Yeah, I don't know anymore.
No, I think we just work on the assumption that everything is broken and take it from there. But you can tweet me at Teatime with Matt, and you can reach me on Facebook, facebook.com/Teatime with Matt.
Yeah, ain't that right, Danny? Danny says yes.
Okay, all of the sound is broken, but this is going well. Oh dear.
Hold on.
That's better. Oh dear. Let's try this again, shall we?
You alright, Matt?
I'm fine. It's just all going wrong. It's all good. Welcome back to Tea Time with Matt's 24-hour tea break, folks. Now, as you know, we are still having problems with the Livestream chat room. It's kicked me out completely now. But I do think it is actually a problem with Livestream rather than a problem with the than with us being hacked or anything else. So that's progress. On the other hand, we are experiencing a few problems with regards to internet connection. Wait, hold on a minute. We have a solution of some kind. What's going on here? What's this? Okay, Livestream is dead. Jolly good. We've killed everything.
We broke the internet.
We
Can
broke
you actually
everything!
naked to do this?
Yeah.
Woo!
Woo!
We didn't even have to take our clothes off.
Yes.
Like that song goes, we don't have to take our clothes off
I worry.
to break the internet. Oh no.
You've never seen that before?
No, I've never seen that error before. I'm getting error 503, back end is unhealthy. That's good.
Worrying in itself, Matt.
I'm saying nothing, you two. I'm saying nothing. Nothing at all.
You need a guru to mediate.
Oh.
Yeah, so if there's any gurus out there who can help us with this, that's great. Is it off completely then for you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's gone. Yep, we've lost the stream. Some time ago, we started a 24-hour broadcast. And we think it's back now. If you can hear us, please get in touch on that. Yeah, I'm fading out that effect. That's pointless. Hello, everybody. We think we're back now. Touch wood.
14 viewers, Matt.
If you can hear us, shout on the chat room. We're waiting. Take your time. We're in no rush. Do you know what, guys? I think it might be working.
Woo!
Shall we risk a jingle?
No.
Go on, then. Coming to you live with a cuppa and a biscuit. It's Tea Time with Matt. We're going to go all out and even try and get Bren back. Bren, are you there?
I can hear you.
Hooray!
He clearly doesn't
Hang on.
like me as his colour.
And do I sound okay?
It's sounding good to me.
Oh,
It is sounding good to me. Ah,
that
was stressful. That was extremely
right?
stressful. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to Tea Time with Matt's 24-hour tea break. I really thought we'd had it then. A full hour later, we are back with you. I'm really sorry. And before anyone asks, no.
Danny, why are you covered in blood? What did you do to Jollik? What did you do to him? Answer me, darn it! Answer me!
Oh dear.
Put that in the clip show.
Yeah. Right then, so coming up to midnight, that means we're going to play Summer of 69 in a minute to wake us all up. I've got the kettle on, so I'm going to have a cup of coffee in a minute to celebrate making it halfway through the show.
Looks like Rusty likes role-playing.
Yeah, Rusty.
And he wants the song Avenged Sevenfold. Fine. We need a link to that, I think.
Yeah, that's... No, I know the one he means. I will look that up in a moment.
Also, he's asking if you'd rather be a dragon or a werewolf.
Dragon.
Why not both?
Dragon.
Not a were-dragon.
Good point, but dragon every time. Flying, flames. Well, what's a werewolf? Someone who once a month is mildly inconvenienced by becoming a dog and running around.
Actually, in Dungeons and Dragons, werewolves are actually pretty hard to kill because, according to the rules, the only way to kill a werewolf, you need silver. Otherwise, you could in theory kill it with enough brute force and magic, but they get so many resistance unless you're using silver.
This is very true, but again, if I want silver, I can just get someone to pop down H. Samuel. If I'm a dragon, I can fly and I breathe fire. I think if anyone's brave enough to take me on, good luck to them. Welcome, folks.
Here.
This is Tea Time with Matt, and Bren is, of course, joining me via Skype all the way from... What state do you live in, Bren? I'm not entirely sure.
I'm in Idaho.
Idaho. There we are.
It's right next to Washington. The state, not the capital.
Yeah, no.
It's always confused me.
Yeah, that's... They just got fed up of naming places, I think, by the time they got that far west, didn't they?
I know.
What should we call this place? Oh, I don't know. Washington. But haven't we already got... We're calling it Washington. I don't care anymore. I just want to sleep.
Yeah.
I've been walking for thousands of miles. I've had it enough now. We've been
You know
shot.
how many Indians I had to slay to get here?
Oh, dear. Rusty says I'm in North Carolina. Ah, that's good. Nice. Good state, apparently. Don says, full English in 6 hours. Look after each other. Stay cool. See you real soon. Take care, Donald. And if you, bring us to full English. 6 hours time. What time will that be? That'll be like 8 o'clock. 8:30. Yeah. Full English in 6 hours. Peace. See you soon. It's nearly 4 a.m. I've been doing this for 14 hours.
Oy.
10 to go. That feels like a milestone to me. Well, what do you think? Is that a milestone? Does that count?
Can we get like a da-da-da-da-da-da sound or something?
I've got a dramatic sting.
That'll work.
That works.
Yeah, whatever. It's the best we're gonna get on short notice.
Yeah, I didn't prepare for this eventuality. Well, we have got the quiz the totalizer fanfare. Let's give that a while.
Why don't you go and see what our total is right now? I mean, might as well.
That's a good point. Let's have a look to see if it's gone up any. If it has, I'll stick the sound bed on. Let's see.
I just thought it could help you.
Aha. Okay.
Ooh, we got more?
Right. Sound bed. Okay, so our totalizer has gone up by quite a lot, actually. I've forgotten to include some of the gift aid that we had, but including the £20 we have been promised, our total is now £319 exactly.
All right.
So we are over 60% of the way to our £500 target with 15 donations and with 10 hours to go. So pat yourselves on the back, everybody. We've done good there.
Yeah, hey, just getting this far, I feel good. I'm giving something back.
It's good. It's great. I'm really impressed with how well we've done. Actually, if we can,
It makes me feel like a man, a superhero man. All right, and now that we're into superheroes, we have one important question: DC or Marvel?
Dun dun dun. All of that coming up in
and so help me, if you choose a third party, we're gonna find you and make you read One More Day. And in case you're wondering, it's a really terrible Spider-Man comic where he literally makes a deal with the devil to erase his marriage in order to save a dying Aunt May.
Oh, dear.
That happened.
Enough said. Right, that was our...
I'm getting the song right now.
Cool. That was our totalizer update. We are gonna do a little pre-recorded segment now, but let's finish this sound bit off first. I feel exceptionally good right now. I'm gonna have to cut you off for a moment, Bren, because I'm being invaded. Have a microphone, invader. The Rozzers have turned up. It's they've come to complain about the noise, presumably.
Oh boy.
Hello.
Here we are. Have a seat from somewhere.
Put that one
Oh, who's this?
This is my sister, everybody. This is Claire.
Hello.
She's my younger sister. Have a seat.
Pleasure to meet you.
Here she is. This is Bren, Clary.
Hello.
Say hello to the Livestream Chat room.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. Yes. How was your night?
Quiet.
Quiet.
We don't say the Q word, but we said it tonight.
Oh, okay.
Nothing happened.
Nothing.
Everyone was very friendly.
Awesome. That's good. Clary is a special constable in the police force, so she's a volunteer policeman.
Yeah.
That's great.
Policeman lady. Yes. So yeah. So quiet night.
Yeah, very quiet.
Almost as quiet as ours has been then, Bren.
Well, hey, I guess it's good when a police officer says it's a quiet night. That's good.
Yes.
That's very good.
Yes.
Extremely good. So you didn't have to arrest anybody.
No one was arrested.
Ah.
No one was been told off.
See, they all knew you were on shift. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's like highly disappointing.
Hell have no fury like an angry woman.
It's true.
Yeah. Don't make me mad.
No.
It's not good.
And you know what? Well, since we're on the subject of heroes, I think we should just give a special shout out to like the police force or fire department. You know, the real heroes out in the world. We should give a shout out to them.
People like Claire here.
And our ambulance service.
And the ambulance service. Let's not forget the ambulance service. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. I mean, those people have to go through so much stress. I mean, just trying to keep people alive, make sure that they're going to be comfortable and okay. I mean, that's gonna be a big burden on them.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. Rusty says, "Go police." Yeah.
Agree.
Woo and stuff. Oh dear. Yeah. As you can see, I am quite tired. So.
Are you feeling strained?
A little bit.
I carry the perkiness of both of us.
Yeah, Bren is being extra perky for the pair of us, so I've sort of taken a back seat for the last hour or so.
Have you fallen asleep yet?
No, I haven't. Oddly enough, I'm still feeling quite awake. I just lack energy and motivation. So blimey. Is anyone actually still in the chat room, by the way? You've all gone very quiet. We haven't heard anything from you for a while. So yeah, let us know if you're still here.
And Rusty Dalek.
Has anyone actually been here since the show started? Let me know, because I know Owlery Halt has, but they're sort of asleep.
That's a lie.
What?
They're in bed.
Yeah, they're in bed asleep, but they're still logged in. So, yeah, Grey Vested is here. Hello. Rusty, you're still here. Great. It's extremely quiet at the moment. We're very much in the graveyard shift.
The Q word.
Well, at the very least, I made it tolerable.
Yes, it was good. I've enjoyed it. It's been a good few hours, if ending up somewhat dazed and confused. So it's fine.
You know what? We may not look it, but we are heroes. I mean, look at us. We raised some money for a good cause, and
We did.
I'm sure we lost we're losing sleep, but you know what? I think it's worth it.
Absolutely, I think so.
So what is the total by now?
Well, we haven't done a total
alright, you know
update
what?
for a while, so
Look.
let's do that. Let's go. Okay, so adding on our total of £20 from Bill, it has actually gone up since the last time we did a totalizer, but Clary, you didn't see that, so I'll tell you anyway. We've got $299 pledged on the page, plus £20 donation promised from Bill, which takes us to £319 exactly.
Yay.
So that's gone well. Indeed, and in case you need reminding what it is you're raising money for, we do have some videos to show you or something. I've completely lost the plot now, Bren. It's not good.
It was something about raising money for a charity, I think.
Something like that. I'm getting a call from my producer, who I will have to call back because I'm currently on the air.
Answer it, put her on loudspeaker.
Hang on, just a minute. Hold on.
All right.
Hang on.
Put her on loudspeaker.
Hello.
The gate's locked.
The gate's locked. Oh, she's back. Oh, good lord. You're back early. Jeez. Sarah-Jayne's back, everybody. All right, cool.
Hey!
Yeah. We'll open the gate for you. Bye. Sarah-Jayne's outside. That's the best news I've heard all morning.
I will leap to the rescue.
Go for it. Where are the...
I like her.
I was about to say I have the keys over here. It's 7:15, folks. We've been doing this 17 hours. This is mad. Teatime with Matt's 24-hour tea break. We're getting sort of into the final stages. 8 o'clock will be our second to last one.
Yep.
Yep, second to last one. So
Penultimate.
the penultimate theme. So that's good. You got another energy drink there, Bren?
I have 2 more cases.
What time is it in Bren? 12.
Well, yeah. What time is it? What time is it where you are right now, Bren?
11:13.
11:13. There you are. So.
Yeah, I told my mom about how far we've gotten. She's really proud of us.
Excellent.
Yeah, she's happy we're doing something good for the community.
Good stuff. Well, we are doing something good, that's for sure.
Now let's talk about horrible things like on Halloween. Like horrible candy. What is the worst candy you've ever had?
Oh.
What's the candy you guys hate?
Raw squid.
Raw squid.
My brother had a very mean trick-or-treater who gave him raw squid.
What?
It was a trick. He could have candy if he was blindfolded, and what she gave him raw squid. I don't think she realised how ill he would get from this, but he ate it when he was 10. Now my brother will not eat squid. He won't even try it cooked. He just no.
Wow.
Ugh.
That is just
Mean.
Ugh.
Mean.
Yeah.
Who does
that
that?
is wow. Who does that?
Mine.
That's not okay.
I'd
My
rather
other
get
candy
razor blades in an apple.
Yeah, no, I know. You put I gave niece jalapenos once for Halloween and convinced her that they were candy.
Wow.
She was 4.
You are evil.
No, I was curious. Now I'm not. She doesn't like jalapenos. I know this now.
Okay.
She was 4. She wasn't likely to like them to start with.
This is why I'm not
Okay.
allowed to be a mum.
Oh dear.
Candy I really... The worst candy I hate... It's kind of a toss between either black licorice or candy corn. I never knew anyone who liked candy corn. I never understood why people distributed them.
I think the worst thing I've ever had, sort of confectionery-wise, you know those, you'll probably know this, Sarah-Jayne, I don't know if they have them in the States, Bren. There's these things called, like, toxic sludge. They come in these little, pots.
It is awesome. It is sour and gross.
Well, we do have something called warheads, which is pretty much really sour candy.
Yeah. You get it in, like, a little pot that literally says toxic waste on it. You open it up and it's like this.
I think I saw Stuart Ashton review that on like a Halloween.
Probably, yeah. That sounds like the sort of thing he would pick up from Poundland.
Yeah, I know he reviewed those murder motel things.
Mine was blackjacks.
Blackjacks?
Turns your tongue black.
Yeah.
I used to love them.
Blackjacks
Absolute-
and fruit salad.
Yes.
Yeah.
And sweets are so expensive nowadays for Halloween. It used to be like Freddos were 10p. What's happening with them? Like 30p a Freddo? No. No.
That's seriously though. I know I'm giggling, but it's true. Freddos are so bloody expensive.
I'm gonna start charging kids for trick or treating.
50p I paid for a Freddo bar the other week.
That's illegal.
50p.
Wow, 50p per bar?
Yeah.
These things are tiny. They're like.
Oh no! I'm just thinking. Okay, if it's like a bite-sized bar.
It is.
It is.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It's tiny.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, 50. Okay, for a pound, you should get a full-size bar. That's like a third of a full size.
Yeah, full-size bars are only about 70p. 20p more, we can get a full-size.
That's even cheaper.
Yeah.
That's even cheaper than here in America.
Is it true you're
What's
like...
the best candy? What's like your favorite thing to, just pull out of the bag? Me? Good old Hershey bars.
Is it true you drink out of like buckets though? Like bucket-sized cups? No.
Sorry, what?
Your cup sizes. You know, like when you order like a large drink, is it true that it's huge? Absolutely huge.
Well, I once went to a place that had big kahuna sized.
What's that?
When we go big, we go big.
See, our large isn't. I haven't even got one in here. Our large isn't particularly large. We're about to have a Starbucks order brought in, and you'll just see how small our large is.
This reminds me of an old joke. This will test whether I'm or not I'm fully awake, as to whether I can tell this joke without messing it up. About an old age pensioner who goes to visit Texas. He's always dreamed of going, so he goes to visit Texas. He gets to the hotel. This man, it's important to mention, is blind, so he has the hotel staff show him around, and he enters the door, and he walks inside, and he walks up to the front desk, and he can barely reach the top of the desk to sign an X on his paper. He's like, wow, this desk is so big. And the receptionist said, of course, sir, everything is big in Texas. And so they go into the bedroom, and the hotel wet person shows him to his bed, and he says, well, this bed is huge, the sheets, the pillows, everything. Of course, sir, says the hotel staff, everything is big in Texas. In the middle of the night, the pensioner decides he needs to go to the bathroom, so he fumbles his way through trying to find the bathroom. Unfortunately, he walks through the wrong door. And instead of going to the bathroom, he leaves the hotel room through the door opposite and goes into the hotel swimming pool.
Oh, God.
He reaches the edge, loses his balance, and falls in. He comes up to the surface, coughing and spluttering and shouting, "Don't flush! Don't flush!"
Oh, God! That's horrible!
Sarah-Jayne's just shaking her head at me. Welcome back, everybody. You're listening to Tea Time with Matt's 24-hour tea break. It's 20 minutes past 9, so we've just 2 hours 40 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
That just flew by for me.
I look like death warmed up. Goodness me.
Really?
Say anything.
420.
No, you look more like sunshine, Matt. Don't worry.
Hey, Rusty,
I look like
I guess
sunshine.
it's time for you to smoke up.
Oh dear.
Come on.
Whoa! Come on.
Come on,
Power
Matt.
through. Power through.
Yeah,
Starbucks.
power through it all.
Taste
The power
taste
of
the capitalism.
Starbucks compels you. The power of Starbucks compels you.
Yes.
I shall exorcise the sleepiness out of you.
Oh dear.
You're a
Half
good
past
man,
9.
Matthew.
2.5 hours to go.
Hey guys, look. Magic.
Woo. That's amazing. How are you doing that, dude?
It's just a rubber band.
Oh, okay. I'm less impressed now. I'm less impressed. Oh dear. Yeah, we still need an awesome theme to close the show with, kicking off at 10 o'clock. So let us know what you would like that to be.
My suggestion was just a nerdy catch-all.
Yeah,
I
it's
was going to say sports just so I can gloat.
sports. Yeah, no.
No.
Little cap.
What's that? No, what's that? Rugby? Never heard of it. Don't know what you're talking about. World Cup? What? That's
we only got
happening?
football here and only NFL.
What's that? Australia whacked England and Wales.
I'm sorry, what?
What's that? I'm sorry, I can't hear you over the sound of the Ashes we won.
Get it back.
You know, I got a feeling maybe I should just lose the bet so I'm not in between this.
Oh dear. No sport. Yeah, I think we've done the rivalry to death there.
You've already done that gag.
Yeah, no, I don't think we can milk that any further. Now, though, it's time to meet the man of the hour. It is, of course, Derek the Dalek himself, ladies and gentlemen. Derek, have you any words that you want to say to the viewers?
I must exterminate all other life forms.
Well, okay then. Derek's not in a very talkative mood today. He's being a bit of a prima donna about everything. Yeah. Does anyone have any questions for Derek at all? I'm sure he wouldn't mind. Okay, the look is telling me he would mind, but you know, if you have any questions, then yeah, let's ask him. Any questions for Derek? Bren says, "Can I ask him something?" Of course you can. Of course you can. Go for it. Not sure he'll answer. He looks to be in a bit of a mood today. Doesn't want to talk to anybody. He is a hell of a... Hang on a minute. We're just going to answer Bren's call. Here we go. You there, Bren?
Yeah.
Yeah, you had a question for Derek, I believe.
Derek, when am I getting paid? When are you going to pay for all the damages?
I need orders.
He's saying he needs to place orders before the damages can be repaired. Essentially.
Ugh. Of course. Story of my life.
Look, Derek, I really think you should consider at least promising Bren that you will pay for his roof. Can you do that?
I obey.
There we are. He's promised to pay for your roof, Bren.
Yay! Though knowing he'll probably be in installments of 1/1000. Then it's a week.
Sure. Anyone else have any questions for Derek? Donald says, "How old are you?" Doesn't seem like he wants to answer that particular question. Rory says, "How are you, Derek?" Derek? How are you? I think he's a bit distracted, Rory. I'm really sorry about this. He's being incredibly rude. I'm not sure what he's got to
But
be
he's British!
But Oh Man God says, "How much would you like to kill Matt's boss?" Derek, how much would you like to kill my boss?
Orders received.
No. I was
Dude.
just that wasn't an.
Derek!
Yeah. Derek's making me a bit nervous. I've got to be perfectly honest. He's in a very untalkative mood. Yeah. I think he's nervous with all the strangers in the garage because he doesn't know Sarah-Jayne and Tina, so he gets jittery around other humans. Right. Okay. We're gonna leave Derek to sulk. He's not playing ball today. He's not having any.
Bye, Derek.
Bye, Derek. Come again, I guess. That was a waste of time. Tea Time with Matt's 24-hour tea break. Raising money for Mind. Well, folks, that's all we wrote, which wasn't very much because we didn't really write anything.
No.
So,
Improv.
improvisation for the win! I'm never doing that again.
Yeah.
Never doing that again.
No.
We are into the final minute and a half, so it's time to say goodbye, everybody. Huge thank you for tuning in. You've all been absolutely awesome. You've been fantastic sports. We've had a lot of fun. We've had highs. We've had lows.
Yeah.
Some real low
Yep.
points.
Yep.
Never do transport thief ever again.
Yeah, we'll remember that next time. No transport.
No transport. That was a name.
So
Also, no, do not wear myself out on dancing.
no, fair enough. Definitely don't do that again. But for now then, I guess thank you so much for all your donations. Thanks for all your support in the chat room. A big thank you to Sarah-Jayne and Tina, who've been awesome. Thank you to Bren for writing that awesome episode of The Adventures of Derek and Matt, and for co-hosting with me. Huge thank you to Daniel for coming and co-hosting as well for the last couple of hours. Thanks for your help, Dan. Huge thanks to Helen, Darren and Claire for letting us invade their home
Being awesome.
and being amazing in general. You guys rock.
Yeah.
And here we go, guys. The final 10 seconds. 10, 9,
9,
8, 7,
Eight,
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Happy New Year! Wait.
That's 24 hours.
That means your year ended before mine. Oh man.
There was a moment when I didn't.
That's a fail for me. That's a fail for me. Ended on a fail for me.
No.
There was a moment when I didn't think we were going to make it this far, so thanks for all your help, guys. This was awesome. We've raised a good amount of money for mine.
Hey, it's only us if we're part of a team, am I right?
Oh dear God.
There we go.
Teamwork.
Teamwork.
No.
Sarah-Jayne not getting involved. That's fine. So all that remains for me to say is thank you very, very much for your help and for us to discuss what we've learnt, as in true Tea Time with Matt fashion. So we're going to need the sound bed for that. So what did we learn from this epic 24-hour show? Well, we learned that drinking too much coffee is not good for you. That much we do know. Drinking too much energy
drinks will make you go insane and think there's a Q dimension.
Indeed.
When in fact there's only... There is no Q dimension, only the M1 and our own.
Quite right. We learned about so many awesome things. We learned about history, we learned about the future, we learned about staying awake, we learned about animals, all of the amazing things. And we
learned how boring transportation is.
We learned how boring transportation is.
For 24 hours.
But more importantly, we learned how brilliant people can be when you bring them together in support of a great cause such as Mind. Not too late to donate. If you haven't done so, drop us a donation at justgiving.com/teatimewithmatt 2015 or by texting TTWM50 followed by the value of your donation in pounds sterling to 770. You can donate a minimum of £1 or a maximum of 10. So that's it. Thank you very much, guys. I've had an awesome day and I'm going to bed now, so see you next time.
What about your announcement at the end of the thing?
Coming up in a moment. There is an announcement to come, so stay tuned for that.
Hey.
But for now, take care, goodbye, and I'll see you
Bye!
again soon.
Bye!
Bye!